I'm sure you heard that too, right? At the combine, that's a Kansas City Chief right there.
Yeah.
Did they show their hand at all to you during the draft process? Did they?
Not at all. That was probably the team I heard less from. I heard more from other teams. I never really heard from the Chiefs like that.
Okay, and then so on draft night, you're doing what, where, and what happened on draft night?
So on draft night, I'm in Austin, Texas, in the hills in Westlake. I did my draft party there.
Mm-hmm.
And really, draft day was crazy. I had got a call at like 15, 16. I think it was the Colts. Hung up the phone in my face. It was a little crazy. But
What happened?
The Colts called my phone on draft day and hung up the phone.
You said hello, and then that was a click? There was a click?
They said, hello, this is so-and-so with the Colts. And then for the call, like, they stopped talking and then they hung up.
Wow.
So they did. Are you sure there wasn't like a disconnection or?
I'm positive.
Okay. All right. And so then what happened, Xavier?
Then the night going on, ended up getting a call from the Chiefs when they traded with Buffalo. I really originally didn't know they traded with Buffalo. So when it was on the clock, I'm seeing the call. I'm like, oh, this is Buffalo. And then I look at the thing, it said KC. I'm like, okay, this is Chiefs. All right, exactly where I want to be.
I imagine so, right? Two-time defending Super Bowl champ with Patrick Mahomes at quarterback and Andy Reid as the head coach. Who was on the phone? Was it Brett Veach, the GM?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it was Veach.
Okay. And then you spoke to Andy? He passed
Yeah,
the
spoke
phone?
to Andy and then talked to Coach Nags for a little bit. And then I seen the rest of the coaches when I got here.
And then when did Mahomes reach out?
He reached out and just said, let's go. That's all he told me. And then we spoke a little bit after that.
So what was that like to get Patrick Mahomes saying, let's go, Xavier?
Man, it's crazy. Just being a kid, you know what I'm saying? You see Pat doing all this stuff, doing all these crazy passes, and then having the opportunity to play with him is just a different type of feeling. Just the guy he is outside of football, down-to-earth guy, willing to just do a lot for you. And on the field, he's just a different leader. He just gives you that boost just to do you on the field.
Can you give me an example of how he how does he handle the, if you will, rookie moments that you might be having, Xavier? How do those moments go down where he's talking to you about route running or where he's expecting you to be and things of that nature?
Right. I feel like the thing with Pat is the key thing for me. He doesn't really treat me like a rookie. I feel like he just lets me know, like, you got to do this and this is what's expected. And I feel like that's why they had a lot of success here. Just knowing what's expected and knowing the standard here is what's everybody's instilled in them.
Can you give me an example of what he does say to you then about the connection that he wants to have with you, Xavier?
Man, he just told me he needs me here, and that's where I'm going to
be. You mean like spatially on the field? Is that what you're saying?
He tells me he needs me in a certain area at this amount of yardage, and that's basically how he talks to me, how he would talk to a vet. So.
Okay. And so how does that land with you when he's saying this stuff?
Oh, yeah, I'm a rookie, so I'm just doing it 100% full speed.
Okay. And so who else is in your ear, Xavier?
Yeah, I got guys like D-Hop in the room now, leaders like that, Juju. And Juju's been a kind of a big one for me. He came and just told me a lot, taught me a lot on the game. And I have Rasheed and Hollywood as well. Guys just told me about stuff in the league, what to expect. Hollywood was like the big guy for me before he got hurt, just told me a lot of stuff and what to expect. He's a guy like me, speed factor to his game, so he helped me a lot as well.
Okay, so Juju in particular, let's stop there. What has he been telling you, Xavier?
Juju just been like the guy in the room that just lets you know about defenses and the key things to really look at. That's why I call him Unc in the room. He's kind of like the old head. Yeah, so he just kind of gives me the key factors. He's been playing the game for a long time, so he understands and has a feel for the game.
Okay, and now you mentioned D-Hop. DeAndre Hopkins is now in the wide receiver room. How did you receive him, Xavier Worthy?
Man, just being able to play with one of the greats. I feel like D-Hop's going to go down as one of the greats to play the game. So just having a feel for how he learns the game and how he sees the game is just going to be big for me going on in my career.
Do you have any glimpse so far as to how he sees the game and how he's communicated that to you, even though he's been there for a couple of weeks?
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Well, I got to tell you, just from my perspective, and I've told this to him, so I'll tell you, I never doubt, ever, when he catches a ball near a sideline or the back of the end zone, never doubt he gets both feet down. He is the absolute king of that. I don't know how he does that, but never, ever, ever. When when I'm watching a game, an announcer will say, "Hey, let's check the replay," and I always sit there on the couch and I'm like, "Go ahead, check the replay," because I know he's got both feet down.
Yeah.
I think that all the time when I see him. And has he mentioned that to you? You asked him about it?
Nah, now I'm gonna really go ask him that. Like, bro, what goes to your head when you catch the ball, you're on the sideline.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure his key thing would say just throw your feet down, let your feet die.
Let your feet down. Why not? You're excellent at that. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.